The Community Award sponsored by Energia celebrates those who make the sport we love possible. The nominations that came in for this category were outstanding, and I have to say, I'm glad that I'm not the person that had to pick the winner. The top 3 nominations for this award are all here tonight. Please put your hands together for Michaela Casely, Carmel Grealy, and Emer Whelan. Well done.
And the winner is Carmel Grealy. Carmel became involved in the community games in Ballinasloe in 1973. That's 50 years ago, and she's still a stalwart and still going strong. Cuireadh fáilte mhór rimpe stáit it. Carmel, huge congratulations. What does this feel like?
It's a huge surprise to me because I heard about this on Wednesday. Wednesday I heard about this, and today's Saturday as far as I know. But
you had time to get the goon anyway.
Well, look, it's absolutely, oh, that's an old one, you know. Vintage, best. It's a fantastic honour to be here. I never thought it would ever happen to me. It's a fantastic honour, and it's great, and thank you so much. But to be in the presence of so many distinguished sports people here tonight, it's a great honour.
Well deserved.
It's great. It's great.
Talk to me about your role with the community games in Ballinasloe.
Well, in 1968, Joe Connolly, a great gentleman in Walkinstown in Dublin, set up community games. And his main aims was to introduce children to a sporting or cultural event of their choice. And it started in a very small way, but it spread like wildfire. And after 5 years, in 1973, we had a great rugby team in Ballinasloe, and as ye ladies all know, they needed a secretary. That is 51 years ago. And I had a son on the team on that same year. Noel Mannion, the great rugby player for Ireland, was on that team. So I volunteered to become the secretary. And I am still secretary. After 51 years. After 51 years. Having said all of that, community games was absolutely fantastic. And we arrived by train with a sea frontage on a 250-acre holiday camp in Mosney, which was the prize if you got to the national finals. Sure, the kids from Ballinasloe thought it was absolutely fantastic, as you would at that time. So playing the games was not terribly important. It was meeting the girls like you do in the Gaeltacht and places like that. But the atmosphere in it, and the pomp and the ceremony and the sense of occasion was unbelievable. So, as some of us do, keeping interested in the organisation, I am still on the county committee. I am still president of Connacht Community Games. I served for 21 years as vice president of the organisation, with the decision-making table, was National Development Officer for Community Games at a time when there were 32 counties actively involved in what was and still is a fantastic sporting organisation. One thing Joe Connolly pioneered was equality and inclusion. So from the very start, we had boys and girls in every event. Boys and girls football, boys and girls soccer, boys and girls and everything. And where we didn't have that, it was all boys, all girls, or mixed. So we always catered for the girls in community games, as we still do. And make no mistake about it, if you put a 9-year-old boy and a girl on a team together, the girl will come out on top. Always. And the reality of that is, on one particular year when we had mixed rugby under 11, There was a panel of 12 with 9 to play. There were 2 divines, Matthew and John, on that team. And there was Shane Jennings on that team, who have all played for Ireland. And guess who was in the middle of the 9 lads? The 11 lads was Bevan Parsons. And that same Bevan Parsons, I was delighted and honoured to have my photograph taken with her on the poster outside, epitomises the fact. Put women on a level football pitch at any time, and they're as good, if not better, than the guys. Aoibhinn Riley, Heather Payne played in mixed rugby as well. She's playing for Ireland in soccer. So, you know, we cultured the inclusion and the equality in community games always.
Yeah, there's incredible talent coming from Ballinasloe over the past number of years. We heard you mention Aoibhinn Riley and Bevan Parsons, their Team of the Year winners tonight.
Maeve Deely.
Maeve Deely as well.
Yeah.
How important is grassroots?
Grassroots is vital to everything. And there is a move away from having competition for younger children. But you must have them. We have under 8s. Under 10s. And every child that I've ever met in my 51 years, you know, it's a good job I have a good hairdresser, in 51 years, all have a natural talent. You'll see it in the children running in age 6 and the under 8 event. You'll see the artistic child at 7 years of age who just has it. You'll see the child who is clever, who is good at quizzes that we would all have in community games. You know, gymnastics, art, model making, handwriting. You'll see the good rugby player. You'll see the good athlete. You will see them all. So what is vitally important for all of us is to foster and promote and encourage that great talent. And have them coming up at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You must have the mini teams, you must have your children involved, and that's why our organisation, Community Games, start as under 6, finish at under 16, with the kindergarten of the sport, the encouragement, giving the commitment of all the volunteers, and then they have a choice and they move on to the excellent, and I mean excellent, voluntary work that's done with all the sporting organisations. They're standing on the sideline watching what we have and hoping that they'll go and join their clubs. So personally now, and a lot of people might disagree with me, but I think 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 11, it's vitally important to have the children involved, and then you get them. And they choose which event or what they want to go, where their future is. But, you know, and if you're involved in sport or chess or drafts or anything like that, if your mind is working in something to get you away from your phone, you know, it's vitally important, because a team game is brilliant. And you'll always have the good lad. You'll always have the Bevan Parsons or the Shane Jennings. But you can never play a team of 16 with 1. You need 15 and maybe 20 subs if you can get them. So you see, and I've seen this down through the years. So you'd have a young guy and say, now you're playing fullback. Remember, it's terribly important. You're part of this team. You're one of 16. And we need the 16. So, you know, they're part of a team. They're part of a community. Camaraderie, friendship, all of that's great for the mind, great for the body, healthy future, sure.
You're a busy woman, Carmel. You're amazing. An inspiration to have you here with us tonight. Before we let you go, is the Community Games as strong as ever, and what is your hope for 2024?
Well, I'm 3 generations involved in community games, and when we started, there were no televisions, there was no radios. You went to Mosney, there was no parents, there was no. You had the children, you had the children. You had the managers, and you were confined to 4 for 20. You had the managers and no parents, no through traffic, no nothing. Now, and it was absolutely fantastic. Where are we going? Is it as strong as it was? Well, there's a different child, there's a different organisation out there to what we had then. And you have to progress and move with the times, which we all understand and know. But competition, you know, we had a different structure. We still have the same structure. We have lost the mini Olympic thing that we had when children and managers stayed over the weekend, and you had this disco at night, and you had all of the games for the children. The camaraderie and the friendship was built up with the children, but more importantly, it was built up with the adults in the counties. I have a community games family all over Ireland, you know, today. So we haven't that 4-day big festival at the weekend, but we're doing extremely well. And the difficulty we have in not having that mini Olympics is that we cannot get a venue. To get a venue that will cater for 3,000, you know, accommodation and events over a weekend, if anyone out there knows where we can do it, please let us know. But we are doing extremely well. We've built up again since COVID. COVID, everything just stopped. And it is difficult to build it up. And everyone finds that. Even in schools, you'll find it. We're building again. We have a very, very strong, good board. The Irish Sports Council are very, very much behind us. We still have the same number of events. And if you stood at a national finals or a county final, and what we have when it comes to national finals, we would have all the football on in the one area with 4 pitches. And you stand there and you see the standard that's there. You turn your back on the girls and you go over to the boys, you come back to the girls. The standard is unbelievable. We're in Carlow at the moment. It is a fantastic venue for our national finals. But then we've other national finals we have to, you know, to split up and bring around. But we are as strong as ever. We are building. But thankfully, from what it was when I became involved, the structures of the GAA, the soccer, the rugby in our town in Ballinasloe, we could cater for 65 teams playing in our town on one day on the Connacht finals with the facilities we have. So everything has improved in every capacity, and we're trying to fulfill what we started initially. We're mainly an introductory organisation. We give them the opportunity, we foster the talents they have, and we bring them on. So from the ideology of the organisation, we are definitely as strong as we always were, but it has changed slightly. But we have a great board and great support from the Sports Council.
Thank you so much, Carmel. It was a pleasure having you on stage with us tonight. Thank you. Thank you.